Zen WAD by Zen3001. Working title, I believe, for a WAD in progress. Map 2. Maps are not renamed or remusicked yet at this point. Oh. Wow, this is quite a bit different, isn't it? Yeah, the first map's super easy. It only contains one sergeant, I believe. But now we've got monsters up on the ledges. We started out with 2 sergeants, some imps. Yeah, not a bad first encounter there. You really just jump right into it. Here again, I would say you definitely need a height change here. Just looks really weird. And yeah, kind of a wallpapering of the rock texture here. Rock, what is it, 4 or 5? But yeah, I like the progression hints right away. You see that there's a space there. It might be in there at some point. Blue key up there. Yeah, it looks like you're going to come around, jump over to the blue key at some point. So we'll be looking for that. 102 kills, 15 items. Just the one secret though. So this is Zen's, I guess, debut project for mapping. And one good thing for new mappers about doing, like trying to do a map set or megawad and doing early maps first, one good thing about that is that they tend to want to use, you know, the low tiers and everything. And frankly, it's just easier to, not always, but it's often easier to place gunners and hit scanners in ways that the combat will be interesting than it is to place Hell Knights in a way that combat will be interesting. Now, as I say that, I get into a pretty grindy situation here with demons behind the shotgunners. I mean, they're never gonna affect me, because look at how much backtracking I can do to avoid them. Decent use of lighting. We're not really seeing light changes, but we see differences anyway. Yeah, I kind of remember this level. I can remember that teleporter. I don't think it does anything now. Okay. Oh, I can get the blue key already. I like the non-linearness, you know, there's still a lot in there that I can explore, so let's do that before we go to the blue key route. Yeah, just a little too much of the same texture repeating though, if you ask me. But vanilla. At the end of the day, it really doesn't look much worse than, you know, Vanilla Doom 2. The problem isn't that it looks bad for what it is. The problem, and it's not necessarily a problem, it's debatable obviously, it's in the eye of the beholder, would be that we've come a long way in 25 years. Yeah, see, some of the more meaty combat just doesn't really work all that well. You give me a super shotgun and 3 demons in front of me, I mean, that's not a problem. Especially with a 64 wide doorway. That's not a problem at all. Here we got some more of that cut-off lighting. Why not just split that sector and make some of that Seal 5-1 instead of the T-light? Yes, that's how I ended up back here. Okay, so now we'll go use the blue key. yeah, this was kind of just a random cluster of monsters. There's not really any rhyme or reason to where the monsters are and which ones are selected. It's kind of just, let's put some low tiers in the hallway to throw a little bit of opposition at the Doom guy. And that seems to be all that there was. Only one secret in this map. Yeah, a hallway like this, you really got to make sure the demon can go up and down all these stairs. I would suspect that the demon would get stuck on some of these stairs. They're not wide enough for him to get through. Yeah, again, out here, there's just too much space for the 3 demons to be effective. There's no pressure. There's nothing, you know, if there's a hit scanner on a turret over here, then now I've got a decision to make. I've got to decide, do I wait, you know, if I don't kill the demons, they're going to get closer and closer to me, but if I don't kill the hit scanner, he's got free range on me. So that's what we want to do with Doom combat. We want to force Doom guy into making decisions, prioritizing combat, possibly forcing him into situations where it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And that's where traps come in. We haven't really done a single trap yet, which means I've always been able to backtrack if I wanted to. You know, I could set off this encounter and then, well, let's run over here and just wait for them to come in and I'll kill them. And, you know, that's kind of the cheap way to handle it, but it's the way a lot of players are going to handle it. See, what's to stop me from just, let's just go back and snipe them off one by one. There are a number of ways to force me into this encounter, right? You could teleport a monster behind me. You know, that's kind of a cheap way to do it. You could have me strapped for ammo. If I come into this encounter strapped for ammo, but look, there's a berserk over here, or there's a rocket launcher over here, or there's a box of shells over here, then now I've got to run past all this, get my stuff, and then maybe when I do that, it triggers a trap over here, or something like that. But as it is, I come in here with 40 shells and a super shotgun, and then I see a Hell Knight, some imps, some demons, and it's like, well, okay, so what? Yeah, here again, the water situation. Another little jump to the yellow key. Is that like a lift? Ah, stupid barrel. 71 only. Nice little tunnel. That's kind of weird. Oh, I'm down to 29. Wow. Yeah, not too bad of a trap because, you know, they come out and sort of pin you in, except not really. It's just 2 cat games, so it's easy enough to get around them. You know, if they come, if it's 4 or 5 cat demons, that may be more difficult, or if it's a big monster over here somewhere where you can't get through. The bottom line is players are too good at Doom these days. You know, they're going to find a way to nullify the encounter unless you kind of don't allow that to happen. Yikes. Yeah, this looks more fun. We've got kind of a dynamic maze situation with some roaming monsters. So you kind of gotta run around. And I don't have a chain gun either. So with a shotgun, you got reload time. You're kind of nervous about what might be there. I would have put more roaming monsters in here. You know, when Doom Guy can hear imps doing their little noises and humans breathing, that's anxiety, that's tension, that's good. But yeah, it's unsettling. This is a nice little cave maze because I haven't really figured it all out yet. I don't know where all I've been in the maze. I'm not sure if monsters are going to come out from somewhere else. Yeah, I think a little bit of a missed opportunity to put a few more roaming monsters in here to come up and sneak up on you a little bit. Yeah, look how long it took me to just discover this whole maze, even with the auto map. So that was pretty good. This is some of the best combat we've seen in this WAD. Whoa! He would have hurt me real good, man. He was right up in my face. One of the best ways to avoid alignment issues, texture misalignments, is just not to use the same texture over and over and over and over again. Like maybe the upper lip here is a different texture from the bottom. That would be a good start. Tried to get them all, but obviously that didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, again, this long hallway with low threat or low priority monsters. I didn't get the secret, but we're done here. So yeah, again, a fairly decent layout. There was some non-linearity to it, and a little bit of progression hints. You know, you saw the blue key before you used it. You saw the blue door or switch before you used it. So there was some good stuff in there. Combat, not great though. A lot of it's just a little bit too simplistic as far as not really putting any sort of pressure on Doom Guy. So yeah, now I take it back. Combat is going to be the thing to work on here, because layout not so bad. It was decent. Visually a little bit bland. It pretty much used the one rock texture the whole way through, but overall, like geometry and everything, I thought fairly decent. The best part was the cave area, because you know, you had some monsters and you weren't necessarily sure where they were or where they were coming from. It was dark in there. There were a lot of nooks and crannies and pathways, so it was tense. I think it could have used a few more roaming monsters to come up and sneak up on you, or even just to keep you on your toes with the sounds of them being alert. Alright, so that's map 2 in Zen 3001's WAD.